back to my channel. Long time no see, but it's okay. So this is gonna be like a part of my new series that I'm doing, which I'm sure I've already made a video explaining, but it is gonna be a book series. If you want more information on what this series is gonna look like, head to my last video so you can get some more information about that. But this is gonna be a video in that series, and today we are going to a bookstore that's not Barnes & Noble. I know. Just recap, I just got back into reading. I used to read a lot when I was young. I just got back into it this year. And so I've been going to Barnes & Noble. Most recently, this past week and a half, I've been to Barnes & Noble's 3 times because I buy books one at a time. But that's my own problem that I'm dealing with. And going there so often, I'm seeing how the selection is just not that great. Oh, I hate to say it. It might just be my Barnes & Nobles. I've gone to really good Barnes & Nobles, but the selection at this one is just not what I'm looking for. There aren't a lot of Black romance novels or books. I feel like the sections are just not doing it for me. And so I wanted to challenge myself and get my next book possibly from a non-Barnes & Noble store, or if I do, just go to a store that sells books that isn't Barnes & Noble's and see what I find. Venture out a little bit. So that's what I'm doing today. I have a bunch of errands to run otherwise, but I don't know what bookstore I'm going to yet, but I'm gonna find one that's close and that is a bookstore that sells books that isn't Barnes & Noble's. So that's where I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna take you guys along with me to see what we find and how this adventure pans out. Okay, so the bookstore that I'm gonna go to, I just took a second to look and find one, is called Mahogany Books. It is not far from me. I think the only issue is that going to where I'm going, I have to pay for parking. So that's my only thing. I don't feel like paying for parking and paying for a book and paying for everything else I have to pay for today. So I don't know, but it is, I'm pretty sure, a Black-owned bookstore. I think it's pretty new, and so I think that's where I'm gonna go because I am looking for Black books. And yeah, so let's go. Okay, so I have made it to Mahogany Books. I'm so excited. I'm really excited. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. And I got great parking, and it was meant to be. I was meant to be here at this store right now. Oh, I thought there was an even better parking spot. But yeah, so we made it. This store has way too many books that I want to read in it, and I've been in here for so long and I have nothing. And I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Oh my god. Okay, so there are like 5 books that I want, and I don't know how to narrow it down. I am so much in a struggle right now. So there are 2 romance books I'm looking at. 2-ish mystery books I'm looking at, and then 1 just life story type vibe that I'm looking at, and I don't know what to pick. And my parking expires in like 10 minutes, so stressed is an understatement. But yeah, I love this store. It's so cute. It's so cute, and it makes me very happy. Okay, hey, so I am back home now, as you can obviously tell, and I'm here with my insight and my review of Mahogany Books. So when I walked in, it was a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be originally. I'd only seen 1 TikTok about it, and so from that TikTok I thought it was going to be bigger, but it was a lot smaller than I thought, and it doesn't have that many books in it. Like it's not Barnes & Noble's like at all. So it's very small. It's like a small little bookstore. But the selection, I enjoyed the selection. It has a very little YA section. So if you're into reading YA, I wouldn't go there for that because the YA section is pretty small. They have a bigger fiction and history section because that's kind of like the focus. So I looked at the fiction section mostly and the history section. They had some great books, some that I have read but I don't have hard copies of, like Barracoon by Zora Neale Hurston, which I want a hard copy of so bad, but I didn't get one today. But their fiction section, amazing. They had authors that I was very familiar with. Another author is Walter Mosley. I don't know if I recorded any of his books, but he has like a detective series. I haven't read it yet, but I've read a different one of his books, which I absolutely loved, so I might dive into that series. But yeah, their fiction selection, off the chain. They have romance. It's not separated by romance books, so I want to like make sure that it's clear because I was confused, but the romance books are there and they have a lot of good ones. The Proposal, In It to Win It, and a couple others that I have had my eye on at Barnes & Nobles, but I no longer see at Barnes & Nobles. So yeah, I'm not sure what happened to Barnes & Nobles, but I had a lot of Black romance books on my list from Barnes & Nobles and I don't see them anymore. Maybe it's just the Barnes & Nobles I'm at, but anyways, I loved the selection. It was actually really hard for me to choose a book in the end, as you saw. I was debating between 5 books. Anyways, I ended up getting, drum roll please, The Other Black Girl, which you may or may not have recognized from the new show on Hulu called The Other Black Girl. So that show is based on this book, and I saw the trailer for the show and I was interested in the show, but I haven't watched the show because I don't have Hulu. And so I was like, well, let me just read the book. It was very hard for me to choose this book. Let me say that again. But I knew I wanted to do mystery because I just finished a romance. And so I definitely wanted to do mystery this time. And so that made it a little easier for me to choose this. But there are romance books in there that I will be going back to get. Okay? Best believe. Because as a Black woman, I love reading Black romance. I don't always love reading white romance. So let's diversify our book selections. So this is the book of the next couple weeks, however long it takes me to finish. I don't know how long it'll take me to finish. I have lately been reading books in 2 days. So if that's the case, then I'll be done this book in 2 days and I'll be back at Mahogany. I keep wanting to say Magnolia. I'll be back at Mahogany Books in 2 days. What I don't want is, and I've said this before, I don't want to buy a bunch of books at one time. I know it's the smartest thing to do, but I feel like I'm not going to want to read them. Like, I feel like I'm very dependent on my mood, and so I don't want to get all these books and then never read them. So I like to read one at a time because it promises me that I will finish the book that I get. So yeah, this is the one. So basically this book is about a girl named Nella who works at a book publication place, I think. And she's the only Black girl that works there. And a new Black girl comes and soon takes and becomes the office darling. And Nella is left in the dust. And that is quoted from the back of the book. And so it just dives deeper into her past and weird stuff. It's very cryptic, honestly. I read the beginning. I think I read the prologue, but I didn't finish it. So the prologue was interesting. It's about 3 pages, not very long, but it is like from her past. So it's definitely dated. So I'm interested to see the layout of this book and what her past has to do with her present and what the creepy girl is. And then maybe I'll watch the show and do a comparison. We will see. So yeah, maybe I will compare the book to the series. That would be fun. I could do that with a bunch of books. That might be interesting. If you guys want to see me do that, I could do that because I know I could do The Summer I Turned Pretty. I know One of Us Is Lying was a TV show on Peacock. I definitely remember that happening. And a bunch of other books have been turned into movies, of course, and TV shows. So I would love to compare them after reading them and decide which one is better. It's always the book though. And I feel like it's always the book. That's how I feel. Anyway, this is my next read. I really enjoyed going to Mahogany Books today. I really want to continue on trying and finding new bookstores, not only Black-owned bookstores, but all kinds of different bookstores to really diversify my reading because I'm trying to get out there. I'll be sharing in another video my reading goals for 2024. So yeah, stick around. I hope you guys enjoy this series. I know I'm gonna enjoy it because I'm obsessed with reading. So if you're as obsessed as I am, I mean, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, so thank you guys for coming along today. I cannot wait to read and review this book. I'm literally gonna start it tonight. And yeah, okay, bye.